What's up guys, and welcome back to Slice. Now today we are looking at ramen, what is seen to be the most typical student meal ever. We're going to try and make it a little bit more interesting, and so today I'm going to show you two different variations that we can do with ramen to try and make it a little bit more interesting. So we're going to start off with our basic ramen. People do it different ways. I put my seasoning into the bowl itself before I add the water. Some people like to cook it on the stove. I can't be bothered, to be honest, so I just put it straight in. And we're going to do two slightly different ways. So the first way, I'm going to slice up some mushrooms and some asparagus into really small pieces. I also had some leftover chicken thigh from the day before, so I'm going to use some of that and chop it up finely. You can really use whatever meat or any vegetables that you've got lying around in your fridge, they'll work perfectly fine. And so we're going to start on a really hot pan with some oil, and I'm going to fry off the mushrooms until they're nice and brown. And then once they're removed, I'm going to add in the asparagus into the same oil. And I'm not really going to put any seasoning because we're going to season the broth and add extra stuff to the top of the ramen afterwards. And for the second recipe, I'm going to slice up some spring onions, slice up some chili, and we're going to boil an egg. And so to do this, you want to put your egg into a pan of cold water, bring it to the boil, and once it reaches the boiling point, you're going to set a timer for however cooked you want it. I like my eggs soft, so I do it for about 3 to 4 minutes. If you like it slightly harder, you can do it for a couple minutes afterwards, but I'd recommend doing no longer than 5 or 6 minutes. So once your egg is boiled, you're going to crack it and peel it, and then we are ready to start plating up. So I'm going to add my boiling water to the bowl, and then I cover it with cling film, and you want to just let it sit for a few minutes so that it becomes nicely cooked. And in the meanwhile, while you're waiting, you can go ahead and subscribe to Sliced or follow me on my socials at sliced_YT. And eventually, once your noodles are cooked, we're going to start adding our toppings. To one bowl, I'm adding the cooked asparagus, cooked mushrooms, and the cooked chicken. The heat from the broth will warm the chicken up, so there's no need to heat it up in a pan or anything like that. And then in the second, I'm going to add our halved boiled eggs. I took my outfit, so it's a little slightly more done than I normally would have, but it's still all good. Then I'm going to add my spring onions and my chilies to that bowl, and that finishes off the second bowl. And for me personally, no ramen is finished without sriracha sauce, and so I'm going to drizzle a nice healthy amount on top of each one, and that literally completes both of my ramen bowls. And so you might have noticed that there's no ingredients or recipes attached with this video, and that's because the whole point of this is not to teach you how to make something, but it's just to show you that with something as simple as ramen, you can make it into something really full-blown and amazing. And so that's all I've got for you guys today. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and follow me on my socials at sliced_YT.